everybody to the very first SHAF Cast. I am Phil. I am always here with my co-host Luke. Hello. And and today our guest is Ben. How you doing, Ben?
I'm great. Good to be here. Thanks for having me on your show.
Absolutely.
Love the hat, Ben.
Oh,
Thank you.
what a great hat.
Matches our show colors, actually.
It does.
I think it does, yeah. Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so this show is all about video games, movies, TV, with a bit of drinking. We will imbibe a little bit. Luke, what are you drinking today?
Today I am sipping on a little bit of Morgan Coke, laid
Very
back.
classic.
Yeah, that's
Very classic.
Nice.
And rum. What about you, Ben?
You know, I'm just having a good old-fashioned sparkling water. Polar seltzer. Lemon.
Polar
seltzer.
seltzer.
I
I've
think
never heard
it's-
of Polar.
I don't even know who makes it, honestly. But,
probably Coke.
You
Coke
know-
makes everything.
it's a sparkling water.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm used to like bubbly and like aha a little bit, but I've never heard of Polar.
It's got a polar bear on it. Comes in 12 packs, which is nice. Everything else is like 8 packs, you know.
Interesting.
True.
About the same price.
What about you, Phil? What are you sipping on?
So I just went out and bought a Surly like variety pack, and right now I'm sipping on Digital Wizard
Ooh.
Ooh.
Mango
that one.
Pale Ale.
Ooh, that sounds pretty tasty. How's that?
Digital Wizard.
It is pretty great.
Do you taste
Yep,
the
still
ones
great.
and zeros, or
What's that?
do you taste the ones and zeros?
Yes, I do.
Digital.
Oh
Hell
my
yeah.
gosh! Digital
Got it.
pun
Got it.
to
Got
start
it.
off the show. Great job.
That's going to get at least one more viewer.
Hell yeah.
At least. All right, so to start off, has anybody been watching or playing any games, watching any movies that you want to talk about today? Look.
So, yes, I have started Andor, the new Disney Plus Star Wars show.
It
I've
seems
only
like
watched
they're
the first
coming out
couple.
with those every fucking day.
Yeah, no,
Really
they're just
big
like
stuff.
they just pull a random character from any random movie, anything they put out. Like, so yeah, Cassian Andor is a character from Rogue One, the movie. So yeah, it's basically his backstory, and it's good so far. I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I think so. They came out with 3 right out the gate. I think the 4th one just came out either Friday or yesterday, or I don't know. But I've only watched the first 2, and it's good so far. It is. It's looking better than Kenobi, which I was a little bit disappointed by. Kenobi had its moments, but yeah, this one, so it's good so far.
So did you watch through Kenobi all the way through?
Yes,
And there's only one season, right?
So
Right.
far.
I think they
And,
are planning a second season. At
Are
least.
they? Yeah, it kind of ended like that. Don't want to spoil
Okay, so
anything.
both of you seen Kenobi.
Yes.
See,
I've seen
I
it.
was so excited about Kenobi, and then
And you haven't even watched it, have you?
no. But it came out and it got terrible reviews, and I love Ewan McGregor so much as Obi-Wan, and I just didn't want to diminish my thought about him,
That's fair.
and so
diminish the
I
thought of
haven't
his
seen it, but
beautifulness from
I
the-
should definitely see it.
I feel
It
like
is.
it's one of those Hobbit scenarios. You know, like it gets some hate. Some people like it, some people don't. I like
For
it.
sure.
I thought it was good. You know, did they have some weird like how does that tie in type of things? Yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah, it definitely had. I think it had more weak moments than it had good moments, but some of those good moments were Chef's Kiss
nice.
Okay.
almost. But yeah, I think I do think watching it all the way through is worth it.
Okay. So Andor, though, you've been watching Andor. You like it. What
Yeah,
have you
2
been
episodes.
watching or playing, Ben?
Well, I just finished up on Amazon Prime the anime Invincible. couple weeks ago. That was good. That was really good. I would recommend that one.
Good stuff. That is good stuff.
Yeah,
J.K.
we don't want to
Simmons.
spoil anything, but at the end of the first episode
Right.
is what really like sucked me in.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's just another superhero anime. Okay.
Right.
There's a million.
Yeah, and then
of
it goes very dark. It goes very dark.
Right.
It's great. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't been watching a lot. I've been traveling a lot for work, so I've been playing my Switch a lot. So I've been playing through Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Great.
Always love that.
Are you like
And
200
then-
hours into that now, or like 300?
No,
or?
I'm about 140. I think Ben is a little bit.
This funny
little
thing
bit
is,
more.
I've played more than Phil, but I'm like half as far.
Right.
I don't know what
'Cause
I'm
you're
like
the- 'cause
level
you're-
90. All my characters level 90 and 150 hours in, and it's a great game.
Right, yeah.
I just
Yeah,
I have OCD in video games, so I have to like do everything.
Every single
Yeah.
side quest, every single, yeah. Like, oh,
Every single
there's
thing.
an ingredient over there.
Right.
I
It's not
should-
that far out of the way.
I should, yeah,
It's only a mile out of the way. It's fine.
absolutely.
It's bad, man. I have so much things though, like consumable
Yeah.
or whatever, and crafting materials, and I don't need any of them.
But what if you should need that
But you
green
never
onion
know.
that was a mile away?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so I've been playing that pretty steadily, always going kind of back to Slay the Spire type of gaming.
You love your roguelites.
Well, and especially since like I travel a lot for work. There's a lot of like I'm getting on a flight. There's a lot of like interim places where I need to like I want to play for like 40 minutes or something.
Sure.
Right. It's easy
I
to
can
pick
get
up and
done-
set down.
Yeah, I can pick it up. I can do a new run, and if I lose, I'm boarding my flight. Or if I win, like it takes an hour or less to win or lose, and it's just an amazing game to, especially if you're on the go and like doing a bunch of random stuff. It's an amazing game to like pick up and put down whenever you want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was
So I know
surprised that one time. I've never been a big roguelite / deck builder fan, but that one night when you were like, "Give it a shot," we'll talk you through it. I had fun. I don't know that I'll ever go back to it, but having you and another one of our buddies, talk me kind of through it, and it was better
For
than
sure.
I expected. And it opened my mind a little bit to deck builders and roguelites.
Well, and you've always been one that says like you're much more into like multiplayer games instead of like
Yes.
single player games. So like obviously there's not much multiplayer in that game or any
No.
for that matter.
Right. And so speaking of single player, the game that I am playing right now is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm kind of late to the boat on that, but
I
that
haven't
has
played that one yet, but I hope to.
it is good. It's I couldn't get into Origins or Odyssey. I don't know if it was the setting or just the difference in gameplay from the originals, but I've gotten into. I think I've got about 30 hours into Valhalla now, and I'm loving it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
And
Pretty
it's
recommended.
for me.
Yeah,
I
would recommend it.
I can't put down the Elden Ring. Still
Such a good game, isn't it?
Every time I put it down, I want to go right back.
Yeah.
I've had that hankering since I put it down. I mean, right when it came out, Elden Ring, we were playing. I mean, I have over 300 hours into that game.
We played it
And
hard.
that's
We
because
hit it hard when it first came out.
Yeah, I'm well over 5 now, so 500.
Yeah. And I know I'm going to go back to it and put another 300 in. But I mean, game of the year, right? So far?
Yeah.
I don't
easy.
see how not. But then again, I also haven't played the other runner-ups. We've got, the Kirby game.
Right.
That looks pretty good, but I haven't played it yet. And then God of War, of course, is always a contender.
Right.
That wasn't this year, though, was it?
There's one coming out.
Oh, Ragnarok.
yeah.
Yeah, the new one.
They're expecting it to be
Right,
yeah.
and the ones at the end of the year might sneak in all the time. They always like sneak
Right.
in and take over. But honestly, I couldn't. I mean, the way Elden Ring kind of just like took over the world right away, and like
was
it's
kind of
still so
nuts.
good.
Like me myself, I'm a From Software fan. Like I played all their games except for the PlayStation exclusives, and they really need to just get those on Xbox, or I just need to get them on PC. One of the two, you know.
Yeah.
Because I need to play.
Yeah,
Bloodborne and
as not a From Software fan, like I had no interest in
oh yeah, I remember you
playing
saying
Demon
you didn't
Souls,
think you were
Dark
gonna buy
Souls.
it.
Yeah, I was hesitant on it, but once I learned that you could summon friends more easily and play more cooperatively, then that sold it for me, and it was a blast. Except for that fucking final boss
Oh my
that I had to do by myself. You expect me to play that
That's
game by
right.
myself?
We all like beat it before you, and then
After you guys carried me through
We
most of
went
the
to
bosses,
new
and now I gotta
game.
go and play that guy.
Yeah. Oh man, that game is. I just talking about it makes me want to go.
Yeah, should we just
fucking
stop
play it.
recording and just
Yeah,
go
I'll be
play
back.
the Elden
I'm
Ring
gonna-
right now? Or?
I think that would. And thank you for coming into SHAF Cast.
And that's it.
We will be playing Elden Ring. No, so I honestly, when Elden Ring came out, I was like, this is absolutely hands down game of the year. But then I was like, I love Xenoblade Chronicles so much that like I wanted Xenoblade 3 to come out and play it to really like cement that thing into my mind, and like I still think it's Elden Ring. I love Xenoblade Chronicles 3
Really?
so much.
nice.
It's
So
up there in
did
top
Elden
games,
Ring
but
did Elden Ring overtake Xenoblade 2?
I don't think so. So here's the thing about Xenoblade 3. The story in Xenoblade 3 is awesome, but it's a lot more complicated kind of a story.
Okay.
Whereas Xenoblade 2 was more of just a straightforward, we need to get to this point, like from point A to point B, and like in between there's all sorts of action and romance and fun, storytelling.
Sure.
But this one is just like I'm having a hard time following the story in Xenoblade 3.
Just because you're dumb, though, right?
But it's because mostly that I'm dumb,
That helps. That helps.
No, I hear you.
It's just a
I'm
little
only,
more complicated, but
it
I
is,
still
no,
love
it
it.
totally is. It totally is. I'm only 6 hours into the game,
Okay,
and
That's possible.
I know.
can't be that
I just-
complicated. 6 hours in.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's not complicated, but I also have been drinking while playing it, and it's just like, whoa, what's happening now?
Oh yeah, you come back to it and you're like, why am I in a
makes it
swamp right now? Yeah.
Yeah. But it is a good game. It's just not, it hasn't grabbed my attention as much as some of the others out there.
Yeah, and then just
For
kind of doubling back to Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
that franchise started off so good. And I played all of them basically up until Black Flag and then took a break.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've kind of played Origins and Odyssey, but same as you, Luke, I just couldn't get into them enough,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I don't
Assassin's
know what
Creed,
it was about
I
Origins
played
or
through 1, 2, and 3.
I played through
And-
at least 1 and 2, and then Brotherhood,
Okay.
was an offshoot of 2, was
Yep.
like pinnacle for me. That was pinnacle
That was good.
Assassin's Creed.
That was a
Brotherhood
good-
was
Brotherhood.
so
I
good.
did play Brotherhood.
And then
But that's when I
Revelations was
ended.
like with older Ezio, which was also very good. But yeah, I think
Mhm.
Brotherhood just nailed it. Obviously they've steered away from the more stealth-based. And me playing, I never was stealth-based. Like, it always turned into, like, maybe I get 1 or 2 assassinations, and then I get noticed, and then it turned into a sword fight of half
Fight
the
up
city.
a million people.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's much more action adventure. You're sword fighting basically every enemy you come upon. Maybe you get 1 or 2 assassinations, but
Right, and like there's like wild animals you got to fight and stuff too.
yeah,
and
right. So it's much
really
more.
in the first few. And
Yeah. So they
Yeah,
hold. It's more open world than it was before. So
Yeah, and I heard it was massively open world, and the map is huge, is what I've heard. I have not played or kind of researched it all, but I mean, it does seem pretty good.
So you played Odyssey a bit. How big is Valhalla compared to that? Like twice the size or more even? Because Odyssey's huge. Like, there's a lot of ground covering that one.
Valhalla compared to what?
Odyssey.
Oh, shoot. I didn't play a whole lot of Odyssey.
Okay.
I feel like they're fairly comparable. But, yeah, no. The funny thing about Valhalla is, so you start in Norway. You know, you're a Viking.
Mm-hmm.
And the map doesn't look that big. But then, like, 2 hours into the game, you're like, well, we're leaving Norway. We're setting sail to England.
So you're on like,
and then the map,
island. And
then all of a sudden you just have all of England. And I think, I'm not that far into the game, I'm 30 hours into it, you can go back to Norway. And so there's still like all of Norway and all of England. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm 30 hours in and I have like maybe half of England uncovered. I'm like, yeah, I think it's going to be a 100-hour game for sure.
Okay.
Sounds like a 300-hour game for me then.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And,
that's what we've been watching.
That's just me passing up collectibles, you know? Sure. It is going to be a 500-hour game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we've been watching or playing. Next up, I want to take your 1990s pop culture knowledge, and I want to pit it against mine, I guess. I want all of us to take a 1990s quiz, right?
Let's take a dive
through that era.
Yeah, so what we're going to do,
we all lived through that era.
I think we did.
I mean, I was alive for most of it.
So what this quiz is can you choose what was rad in popular culture in the 1990s? And I think that we could all I think we're going to take it one at a time. If you get it wrong, you take a drink.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair enough.
So I think, Luke, you're up first.
Well, as the raddest of the group, I will take the first question.
Okay, and if Ben, if our guest gets it wrong, we both drink. But
now he's just going to sabotage.
Well, no.
But if we'll know if he sabotages.
I don't have to sabotage because I'm just terrible at trivia.
There we go.
So
true.
Get your drinks ready, boys.
All right.
Okay, Luke, Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right. So I will play this quiz here. Question number 1. What was the highest grossing Hollywood mega smash of the decade? Was it Independence Day, Jurassic Park, or Titanic?
So it's Titanic, but Independence Day and Jurassic Park were pretty good, but Titanic just blew everything out of the water and sunk into the water in that decade, for sure.
Yeah, so you think it's Titanic. I would happen to agree with you.
Sunk in that decade, but yeah, I would say Jurassic Park, but you're probably right.
Okay, so we'll pick Luke's. It was Titanic.
Nice.
Great job, Luke. You are free from drinks for now.
Hell yeah.
Number 2 will be our guest, Ben. Which U.S. city was the birthplace of the grunge scene? Was it Baltimore, Detroit, or Seattle?
Detroit.
Ooh.
It's Seattle.
But we're going to pick Detroit. So me and Luke.
So
Luke, you drink.
Oh, I see we're on a time limit there.
We are on a time limit, but we're just going to disregard that countdown. Which of these jars, question number 3, which of these jars on your spice rack was the nickname of a Spice Girl? Well, okay, so it's ginger, basil, or saffron. This is easy. It's not basil spice. It's not saffron spice.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna go with ginger spice.
There.
You know, I was pretty young when the Spice Girls became a hit. Like, I feel like maybe 8, 9, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That like late 90s. That sound about right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And I
wait,
remember
no,
there are some embarrassing videos of me somewhere out there dancing to the Spice Girls as a
oh,
young
we're gonna
child.
dig those up, viewers.
Yeah, was
we're
Ginger
gonna
Spice
share
your
this.
was Ginger Spice your favorite?
I don't recall. I just thought
Can you name all the Spice Girls?
Ooh.
Ginger, Baby,
They're
Sporty,
Scary.
Scary, that's
scary,
it. And Baby Spice.
and Baby.
Wait.
Ginger, Sporty,
Ginger-
Scary, Baby, and wasn't there another one?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
Ginger, Sporty, Scary, Baby,
Posh.
Posh.
nice.
Nailed it. So good. We're
All
the
right,
smartest.
so the answer is Ginger. Obviously,
The
it's
answer's
not
Ginger,
Basil.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Oh, Luke,
All right,
you're up
so
next.
back to me.
Back to Luke. Crazed trade in which toys at 1.10% of all eBay
It's gonna be
sales
Beanie Babies.
caused an
absolutely.
investment bubble which crashed at the end of the decade. Beanie Babies, Furbies, or Tamagotchis? You're going to say Beanie Babies?
Beanie Babies. The other two were
I-
fairly good, but there was nothing like the
Beanie
Baby
Babies were
craze.
huge in our family.
I
were.
still remember seeing a picture
I think I have
online of a of a
Tote.
yeah.
All of
There
them
was
still.
a photo online of a couple getting divorced,
Yes.
and they spilled out all their Beanie Babies on the courtroom floor
To divvy them up.
to divvy them up.
No.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
I
I mean,
So-
some of them are very expensive. Like they're very like they can sell for
Not
a
anymore.
lot.
Nobody cares about them at all.
Yeah, no
not
one cares
anymore,
anymore.
because
But, like in the early
ridiculous.
2000s, you know,
Yeah.
there was like I remember like the Princess Diana bear was like super popular and rare or something.
Right, but now everybody understands that that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no one cares.
It's a
Yeah.
Beanie Baby.
Yeah.
All right, so Beanie Babies, great job. All right, Ben.
All
Which
right.
90s sitcom has the names Insomnia Cafe and Across the Hall while in development? Okay, it just told you. The timer,
Gotcha.
I should have switched to stopwatch.
Okay.
You fail.
You failure.
No,
Friends.
that's wrong.
I'm gonna.
So hold on. Let's go back. How do we go back? We're gonna go back. We're gonna switch the timer to stopwatch instead, and we're gonna play the quiz. It's Titanic. It's Seattle. It's Ginger.
It's Saffron.
It's Beanie Babies.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you're right.
But we,
Okay. We know this one. Sorry.
Yep,
So
it's
it's-
Friends. I mean, we knew
Friends.
that anyway. Everyone knew that. Friends is a
Correct.
great show. I know there's some hate out there on it these days, but the young people just don't get it. I think that's what it
Correct.
comes down to.
So Ben, this will be your question.
All right.
What was the closing line of the first Harry Potter novel published in 1997? Was it, I'm going to have a lot of fun with Dudley this summer?
Nope.
The scar had not pained Harry, as all was well,
Possibly.
or and together they walked back through the gateway to the Muggle world.
The Scar had not pained Harry all. I haven't read the books. I'm not a reader.
I
I've watched
haven't read the books either. Luke,
I
do
wanna
you
say it
know-
was actually-
we're gonna keep this because that's what Ben said.
That's what I'm
Right.
thinking.
I think it was the first one actually. I do think he had something to say with. Yeah, I'm going to mess with Dudley this summer.
I'm gonna have
But
a
I'm
lot
not-
of fun with Dudley this summer. That was the last.
The
line.
last line.
I don't. It's weird that it ends in an ellipsis.
That's also, yeah, you know. I don't know.
But I want to say that was at least said at some point. But I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Here's
Well,
a bonus round for
I don't
Phil. So if the Scar is right,
Mm-hmm.
Phil drinks. If the Dudley is right, or no, if Dudley is right, then Luke drinks, and then
Okay.
Scar.
Okay. Yeah. So if the scar's wrong, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, you know.
We'll get there.
It's the Dudley one.
So,
You gotta
so
be
Luke, you don't have to drink for that one.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I can't even believe that would be a
That-
closing line to the first Harry Potter book.
Yeah,
Seems ridiculous.
Dudley tortured him. He's going to get some revenge.
That's fair.
I mean,
but
I understand, but like that's
can't
the
use magic
closing
up that
line.
school.
Anyway, all right. So here I am. What were the two opposing sides in the deadly rap rivalry that killed Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur? Midwest versus Dirty South.
I just like
East
that.
Coast versus West Coast, or Miami versus Philadelphia. It's East versus West.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You
Bang
sure it
on.
wasn't the Dirty South though?
I'm pretty sure Midwest and the Dirty South was not. Okay, so Luke, which of these soft drink disasters launched and crashed in the 1990s? Was it New Coke? Was it Crystal Pepsi or 7-Up Gold?
I've never heard of.
Do you remember any of these?
I
Anybody
do.
hear
Yeah,
any of
I
this?
do remember New Coke, and I do remember Crystal Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi was a clear Pepsi that they were like, it's clear, but it still tastes like Pepsi.
Oh, that's right.
But
Yeah.
New Coke was a big one too because they changed up the formula, and then they were like, we're going back to classic Coke.
Right.
God, I don't know between New Coke and Crystal Pepsi. I feel like New Coke was in the 80s, actually, because they talked about it in season 3 of Stranger Things. They talked
Ooh.
about New Coke, so I think that was an 80s thing. So I think Crystal Pepsi was the 90s one. I'm going Crystal
I'm
Pepsi.
with you there.
You're correct.
Nice.
Great job. Great deducing, Sherlock. All right, Ben.
All right.
In what SUV did O.J. Simpson lead police on an internationally televised car chase reaching breakneck speeds of 35 miles an hour? Breakneck speeds.
Love the sarcasm in
That
this
is some
question.
good sarcasm. I believe, I'm not confident on this, but I believe it's the Ford Bronco.
I would
It's a
agree with
Bronco.
you.
It's a white
It's a
Ford
Ford Bronco. What's that word?
Sinead.
I know. Sinead
It's Sinead
O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor caused a worldwide moral meltdown by ripping up a picture of whom on Saturday Night Live? This is me. I am very not okay with this question. I have no clue. I'm going to guess George Bush.
I know this one.
I'm going to guess George Bush, but it could be Pope John the Paul. Pope John the Paul?
Pope John the Paul.
Pope John the Paul.
I don't think it's Bob Marley.
Yeah, I don't know why that would cause
A worldwide.
She was very against reggae music and marijuana smoking.
Oh, she was. Okay, well,
No.
I guess
I was
George
just
Bush,
joking.
so
It's Pope. It's Pope.
it's the Pope.
the Pope.
All right,
Yes.
well,
She was ahead of the time. She knew the child molestations and stuff against the
Oh.
church, and yeah, she was
that's,
calling it out.
that's what it was all about?
Mhm.
Wow, I don't even remember that remotely.
Me neither. But I
That's
mean, we
'cause-
were also pretty young in the 90s.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I didn't see
Fair.
it live or anything.
Luke,
I don't
you got
remember it was
what?
live. It was just like
3 or 4
yeah,
years.
I saw like YouTube videos of it.
Yeah, Luke got like 3 years on us, 4 years.
I'm very smart.
It's got an edge.
A little bit of an edge.
All right.
All right, so
To Luke.
this is for Luke. We got a couple more questions, 6 more questions. With just a couple, 6.
Oh no!
Which Jane Austen novel, also about a virgin who couldn't drive, was the movie Clueless based on?
I
Emma,
don't know this
Mansfield
one.
Park, or Persuasion? I don't even understand this question.
Yeah, this is one you roll your three-sided die.
It's throwing me because Emma is a fairly newish show about like a Victorian times person, and
Okay.
I don't know if Clueless was based on a Victorian time. Shit, dude. I'm just gonna throw out Mansfield Park. I have no idea on this one.
It was Emma. You fool.
You fool.
No, that's wrong.
So you have to take a drink. All right, Ben. Which band blessed us with the Macarena dance craze, but have kept us hanging 25 years for a follow-up?
Where's Macarena 2?
Right.
Is it? It's one of the Los, but I think it's
So
Del
Los
Rio.
Del Rio Los Ketchup
It's not.
or Los
ketchup.
Lobos. You don't think it's Los Ketchup, huh?
I don't think it's the ketchup.
Okay.
Gosh, 50-50 here. We're gonna go the Los Lobos.
I think you're right.
That is gonna be wrong. It's
It was Del Rio. It was.
I know the song well.
So doesn't that translate to
Every high
the
school
of the
band
river?
played that once.
Los
The
Del
of-
Rio, the of the river. I'm
The
not
of the
very
river.
good at Spanish.
I thought Del was of the river.
Could be.
And
Just Del?
yeah.
Of the river Rio. The river Rio. I don't know.
No,
be.
Rio is river.
Oh. Del.
It
Who
very well
knows?
could be. All of these things could be.
I took Spanish
the
1
next-
and 2 in 2003 and 2004.
Okay. Yeah, I had that in like 2007 and 2008. So.
Yeah, I took 2 years of Spanish, but I did not pay attention.
Yeah, no.
I did great in Spanish, but yeah, it's all gone.
I should have paid attention because that's real world. Like, I
Yeah.
could use that.
I wish I was
But-
bilingual, but I'm
Me
not.
too, man. Me too. Pagers caused a comms revolution, and everyone had to learn pager codes. What did code 07734 mean? This is me. What?
I know it. I know it
in the
immediately.
90s,
I
was
know
it?
it immediately.
I'm gonna say no one pages hello. I love you might be a thing, but call me now seems more of like a pager thing, right? Because you're just call me now, okay? You got me on my pager, I'm gonna call you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I love you. I'm gonna go with I love you because I'm feeling.
So before you click it,
You're in love.
Yep.
I love you. I love you. Your final answer. It's hello, because
No.
if you look, it's calculator speak. So you know how you typed in
Oh my
things.
god!
It's
You're right.
HELLO. It's hello.
I get it now. Okay.
You turn that mother upside down. God, that's dumb.
You know,
Right.
Just click I love you and get it wrong, and then
Takes
play
me
that
back
sound
to
clip. Play that sound clip.
No, that's wrong.
the boob and boobless days on the calculator. You know.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
8008.
Boobies.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
boobless.
It's good days.
Founded in 1992, what does the hip hop fashion phenomenon FUBU stand for?
So I know this.
I do too.
It's for us by us.
job.
I do
I
like.
do love followed
fresh
up
uniforms.
beyond use. It's hilarious.
And I like.
But yeah, fresh uniforms, badass undies is fun, is hilarious too. But yeah, it's for us by us.
For sure. Yeah, great job. All right, Ben. Which of these early... we have 2 more questions out there. Which of these early social networking sites launched in the 1990s? Is it Friends Reunited, 6degrees.com, or MySpace?
Was MySpace in the 90s? Or was that
It's a
early?
great question.
Because I don't recognize the other two, so that means it's probably one of those two.
Okay. Are you going to guess MySpace regardless?
Yeah, I'm going to guess MySpace regardless.
I
think
would have
that's a
done
safe
the same
guess.
thing. It's wrong. It's 6degrees.com.
So
Look,
everybody
never-
knows 6
I've
degrees.
I've never heard of 6 degrees.
Never? Okay.
I've
Me
never
neither.
heard of it.
I haven't either. No, nobody knows what that is. Okay. Last question. Which singer famously did not know the difference between something unfortunate and something ironic? It is Alanis Morissette.
Love that song.
Um,
Isn't it
It's a song
ironic?
Her song, ironic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like rain.
So we got it as a group. We got it 63% correct. I know I got some wrong.
Lower than
Um,
the average. I blame
well-
Ben for that one.
Yeah, you can blame me. That's fine.
Okay. Well, let's do that. That's cool.
Blame your guest. You know, very
Yeah.
good host you are.
Well, I think, yeah, I don't think I knew a lot. I knew a lot of those, but some of those were 6 degrees. Who is that?
No, if I did that by
Right.
myself, my score would have been like 42%. So
Right. I feel like I would have heard of that. Like, at least MySpace everyone heard of, but yeah, I think that was unfortunately in the 2000s. But 6 degree, I've never ever heard of 6degrees.com.
Never.
No.
Anyway, that was the quiz. And I hope you
Good
had
quiz.
fun.
That was a good quiz.
I enjoyed
I
it.
had
We
fun.
had fun.
Great.
I think I only got one wrong.
Oh,
I think I'm just so
he's
smart that I only got one
84
wrong.
years old.
Yeah.
He's
I've
lived
just
through
seen
it all.
everything. I've seen everything.
All right. After that, after the quiz segment, we're gonna do the shot of the week.
It's a shot of the week.
It's a shot of the week.
Shot of the week.
Okay, so the shot of the week. What is the shot of the week, Luke?
So the shot of the week, preferably, if we ever get viewers, will be like a sent-in submission of what the viewers want to see us take a shot of. A good recipe, maybe a bad recipe. We'll see. But yeah, as of today, we don't have any viewers. We have exactly 0 viewers. And so we're just going to take a shot of vodka.
Just a classic, just
classic.
baseline shot.
That classic,
you know?
clear alcohol.
I feel like the baseline alcohol shot is vodka.
Yeah, we're not even...
It's kind of like the drinkable version of rubbing alcohol.
Right. One might say the alcoholic water.
Yeah. It's clear. It's
And unfortunately for me,
hydrating.
I'm gonna be chasing with Coke. I don't think that's gonna go.
Why?
Coke.
Oh, because you're drinking
Vodka
rum.
goes with anything.
Yeah. And they say like clear liquors go good with dark beverages. I heard
Absolutely.
that at least
I
once.
don't think they said that ever.
They do. I don't know who they are, but it's been said.
I wouldn't trust that person.
Oh, they say that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust. I might slap that person across the face. But
Okay,
It
well,
looks
hey.
like you didn't enjoy that, but you also kind of drink like a bitch when it comes to drink.
very much true. So my drink of choice for the viewers out there is a Mountain Dew vodka.
Classic
My Mountain
Luke,
Dew
we call it.
It is literally like feet away, but as a professional podcaster,
You can't leave
I-
the
I-
air once
I
the
didn't
podcast
leave. I
started.
just took what I had on hand. I took one for the team.
That was bold.
That's very nice of you.
You're welcome.
Very professional.
You're welcome, America.
You've done it.
And the world. 'Cause you never know who's watching.
You never know. Yeah, America.
Yeah, one might. Hero is a strong word, but I wouldn't be so far away
You
from.
think you're a hero?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say that. But
You wouldn't say you're a hero,
if
but
somebody were to say it, I mean, I would.
you wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would say, "Oh, stop!" You know, that's a little much.
Okay. Well, okay, so that was...
Brave is another adjective.
You're-
that I might.
you're-
Oh,
brave.
very brave. You're very courageous. With the
Oh,
Coke
stop.
chaser. So the next segment is what have you been binging besides alcohol? What have
Besides vodka
you
and
been
Coca-Cola.
binging?
Yeah.
Have you been binging a game? Have you been binging a television show? You can't really binge a movie unless you watch
Right.
it over and over.
Or a
But
series. You could binge a movie series. Maybe.
You could, you could definitely binge a movie series. I think
Very true.
we'll start with Luke, and then we'll get the guest's perspective on it.
Yeah. So my current binge right now is New Girl. A Zoe Deschanel joint, if you would call it.
I wouldn't, but
Nope.
I mean, she's
I wouldn't
she's
call
the
it a
main
joint.
character. I
I
wouldn't
understand
call
this.
you.
Right, yeah. Zoe Deschanel, I love her. She's a fantastic actress.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I do, I love that show with all my heart and all my brain. It's got a slow burn. The first season, of course, is like, it's good, but the actors haven't fallen into their characters yet. Season 2 and beyond is just, it's almost too good. I don't know. There's something about that show that when they get in their stride, all the characters hit right, and it's just. I don't think there's a weak season after season 1. Like I would call season 1 probably their weakest season, and then it just fucking skyrockets from there, and it's every episode is hilarious. There's not a single episode that I watched that I haven't at least laughed out loud at least twice. And
Really?
Love that.
So, I have not watched New Girl all the way through.
Okay.
I've
you,
watched
but
it
go ahead.
I've watched episodes, and what did you say, Lou?
I shame you.
That's fine.
Shame.
That's okay. So I haven't watched New Girl all the way through, but every episode that I get here and there is amazing, and I don't know why I haven't watched New Girl all the way. There was actually a point in time in my life where I tried to I watched the first episode and I was binging it while I was like cleaning my room, you know what I mean? And then I stopped cleaning and just watched it.
Yeah.
Mid clean. So everything didn't get cleaned, first of all.
I mean, you don't have to lie about it. We know you don't clean your room, but no, that's fine. You can keep going.
Look at my room. It's so clean. Look at this floor.
Look at that floor.
Wires.
Just don't pan down and you're fine.
Right. No.
Just don't
You've
pan out.
obviously just
You don't
cleared
see this?
the
You don't wanna see
direct
over
box behind you. Yeah.
You don't want to see the water puddle on the floor.
The
Mr.
water
Wet
puddle's
Socks
gone,
over here.
by the way.
Yeah, your sock
I bet
absorbed
it is.
that. So
The carpet absorbed the water,
Your sock.
and we're okay.
Okay. Okay. No,
Story time. I
do
spilled
highly.
water. That was the whole story.
Yeah, I do highly recommend it. Obviously, the bright points of that show to me are the 3 male roommates.
Yeah, who's
Schmidt.
your favorite character? Is it not Zoe? It's got to be Schmidt.
It's not Zoe. Zoe's good. She's fine. She's got her moments, but Nick, I think it's got to be a tie between Nick and Schmidt.
yeah,
They're just such polar opposites, but you can still see their friendship, why they are friends. But they're just
it's one of those less talked about bromances. You know, I mean,
it is. It never got the traction that The Office, Parks and Rec,
Scrubs,
yeah, it never got the traction with that. But I think it is a well worth your time sitcom to watch.
I agree.
So I just recently.
You should watch it.
Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
No, you should watch that.
Oh yeah,
Then you-
absolutely. I definitely need to watch that.
You just need to start binging it.
I know. I definitely do.
What's your next binge?
So I just recently watched maybe it was a YouTube short or something, that it was Nick and Schmidt having at it in the bathroom, was where I think Schmidt was like, "Oh, damp, my towel's damp."
Yeah, I know what you're
And Nick
that thing.
came in like, "Guys, come in here," and Nick was like, "I don't wash the towel washes me."
That's right.
What are you gonna wash the soap next? And it was just this amazing fucking conversation between these two. That
Yes.
was I watched it over. I binged that.
You just watched that clip,
Right.
and just
The whole
laughed
show could
my
be-
ass off.
Could be YouTube Shorts. Just gave you cookie, got you cookie is just peak comedy.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, the whole thing is the whole show it's filled with little moments that are just nuggets of comedy gold.
Now, and
Yep.
how many seasons is New Girl?
I want to say 6. God, is it 8? It might be 8.
6 or 8? Could be 7.
somewhere in
Could
between.
be anywhere between 6 and 8.
There's a handful.
Okay. So while you're looking that up, Ben, have you
Yeah.
been watching anything, binging anything, playing anything, binging?
Binging again, Elden Ring, but also
Absolutely.
shows. Well, I didn't mention this earlier, but I've been watching Rings of Power, which is great. But that got me wanting to watch also just Lord of the Rings. So I've been starting that binge. I've finished Fellowship recently, and then we'll go
You're
from
gonna
there.
be going on.
I
Now, are
watched all
you?
the Hobbits this past summer. So
No, and I don't think over between me and Luke, you're not going to get any like, oh, Lord of the Rings, really? Because Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece.
It's phenomenal.
But
Right.
are you going to add in The Hobbit to this binge?
I don't know, because I did just watch those in like June.
Okay, so you're just like, nah, I watched them already.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah, and that's
so I know
that's one that I haven't. Sorry.
No, I know we've talked about The Hobbit in the past, Luke.
Luke has some
About, like,
opinions on it.
Luke
I
has
have some opinions.
Luke hates The Hobbit. He thinks they're
I don't-
zeros out of 100.
I don't.
They're the worst
zeros.
movies ever made.
That's
Like,
harsh.
what are the
That's a harsh
critics
statement.
saying? Because I want to think how they think.
No, no. Excuse you, sir. Excuse you. No, I did. I liked the first Hobbit. I liked the unexpected journey.
Yep.
That's right.
I thought the unexpected journey was at least a 7 out of 10. It was a good movie. It was a fun
That's fair.
movie. But then it took it down. The downward spiral from Desolation of Smog to the Battle of the Five Armies. I
Didn't
just
like any of those.
I wouldn't say I didn't like them. I've watched them multiple times, and I try to give them a chance every time. But I would give them between a 4 and a 5 out of 10.
I mean, they're
both of
nowhere
them.
near the level that the first three movies were. I mean,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, the first trilogy is
So
they're teetering between 8, 9, and 10. You know,
Yep.
they're
For
they're
sure.
they're high
They're
up there.
up,
I
for sure.
fucking love the original trilogy. I even watched. We own the extended edition, which turns them into 3.5, if not 4-hour movies, and I've watched those multiple times. And I don't get sick of watching those. Like,
No,
fucking
yeah,
engross me into that world, Daddy. You know.
Fine, yeah.
That's right, Daddy. But yeah, Hobbit doesn't daddy it for you.
No. Yeah, the first one was fine. The first one was good. I would just say the first one was good. Second and third, I don't even know if I can separate them in my mind. Like, they just meld together in a mesh of
What's another
too much
word you can think of
CGI,
right
too much overcomplication, like forced three-way romances. They took the Hobbit. They took the book
now? The Hobbit.
that was smaller than any of the Lord of the Rings books and stretched it into 3 movies, and just
For sure.
you're gonna
Like, it
get
could've been
cracks
2
if you
movies.
stretch it. Yeah, 2 movies
For
maybe
sure,
would have been
and-
fine. That you're gonna get cracks when you stretch it that far. Also, just to go back to New Girl, I do. So I said 6. Ben said 8. It was 7. It was 7
Nice.
seasons of New Girl.
Wow. Okay. 7 seasons. And to go back to what you said about forced threesomes, I usually love forced
Available
threesomes.
later? Or?
You like like? Are we gonna meet
But
up?
not-
Yeah.
But not during The Hobbit. I mean, I understand. You said there was a forced threesome in The Hobbit.
You did say that. Those are your words.
Maybe I did. Maybe I did.
I thought
Maybe
it
I
was
did,
weird,
maybe not.
but you said it.
It was a
I thought it
force. It wasn't a threesome. It was a 3-way romantic. God damn it! I'm just digging myself into a farther hole, huh?
So
Okay,
So-
Mr. Sound,
So we're
Mr.
going away from
Soundbar
forced
over here.
threesomes
Perfect.
to Ben's pick was Rings of Power. Though how many episodes are there, and how many have you watched?
I think there's 6 out now, and I've watched 5 of them. So
Okay, and are you liking it more than The Hobbit? More than
yes,
Forced Threesomes?
it's
or-
good. It's really good. It's starts off maybe a touch slow, but definitely
well.
picks up, and you got to do character introductions and stuff.
For
and
sure.
Yeah,
So
you got a world
I-
build.
Yeah,
There's like multiple different stories going on at once, so you have to kind of follow.
for sure. But
several
you're
different storylines.
liking it so far.
Yeah, yep. I think it's a banger.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
I've watched 0 episodes of Rings of Power so far, but I've heard mixed things. I have heard that it starts slow, but it gets better over time, and I do fully intend on watching it. I haven't got around to it yet.
Fair enough.
One of these days.
Oh, I haven't talked about anything I binged, have I?
Yeah, what are you binging?
I was going to go on to the next.
No.
Besides binging Slay the Spire, because that game it's impossible for me to put down at this moment or any moment. I've been binging it for years. I think so. I haven't been watching a lot of movies and TV lately, this year at least. Just because, like, TV, I love TV shows. I don't know if it's a hot take, but TV is better to me than movies.
Whoa! Hot take.
So hot.
Sorry. Yeah.
So, very hot take, but TV's better than movies. But, like, I haven't had time to just, like, binge TV just because traveling and stuff like that. But, but I have that Switch with me all the time, and I binge Slay the Spire like nobody's business. I have, like, almost 500 hours into the game. But if I were to go back to TV and, like, binge something, like, whenever I put something on in the background, it's always like How I Met Your Mother.
Yep. Classic.
And
it's a good one.
And I know
it's a good
both
one.
of you have watched that all the way through, correct?
Multiple times, yes.
Yep, and I just started it over like a couple weeks ago on Amazon Prime. So
it's so dang good.
It's so good.
It is.
It's just
and a lot of
show.
There's a lot of criticism that it's Friends but like new age, but that's all you need.
Right.
That's all
like
you need, man.
They
instead of a coffee shop,
sure that maybe they don't
bar,
innovate anything, but it's new characters. It's not. They don't have a Ross.
Right.
They don't have a Chandler. Like
Right.
they're their own. They're their own people. Like, obviously, and
for sure.
Obviously, it's people who don't work for a living that have a loft bigger than anybody's loft
In New York.
in New
That's
York.
right.
That they're like, yeah, that they shouldn't be able to afford it all. But it's you gotta it's suspension of belief there. But
Yeah, that loft in New York, that 2-bedroom place in New York, that is the
Marshall
main
Lily.
like the main scene of whatever. That must cost like $5,000.
you'd think.
I bet
And-
it's more than that in New York.
Yeah, when
If
it starts, when it starts, like, yeah, Ted becomes a successful architect, but he's not, like, at one point, I think his major job is like teaching architecture, and we all know teachers don't make it.
So
Like, I'm like halfway through season 1. Does Ted even
Yeah.
have an apartment or a home?
So yeah, no, Ted and Marshall live in the apartment, don't they?
Oh, okay.
Right,
That's
and
Lily.
Right? Yeah. No,
Okay,
no,
you're right.
because
They were
there
rooming.
because she's the girlfriend.
Yep. Okay.
and Lily
then-
and Marshall's relationship is it's so
Well,
nice.
they get engaged in like the first episode, is it, or second episode? One of the first few episodes.
It is, yeah, it's
I
fairly
think it's
early
the
on.
very first episode.
I think so.
It might be. It's been a while since I've watched season 1 because, yeah, I mean, I binged it through it fairly, like, every 1 or 2 years. I just I better go back to Himium, which is
Right.
copyrighted. You can call it Himium if you want, but
For sure. You've copyrighted that?
yeah,
I-
I copyrighted that.
Yeah, Luke did. That's
It's
Luke's
Himium.
first-
Just then.
It's Himium in my household.
Fair
Himium.
enough, man. Who's the best character in that movie?
Marshall.
TV show, I mean.
Marshall. I would go by Marshall as
Marshall.
well.
Marshall is
Barney's great, but he's like a wild card character. He's awesome.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Marshall,
Marshall is just
is fantastic.
completely the best character.
And it's
He's so
he
good.
is a great character, but also Jason Segel is
Right.
good.
such a great
He's
actor.
fantastic. I love him in all his movies.
so good.
Yeah, I try to watch
Um,
everything that he's in just because he
Right.
elevates
I'm with you there.
anything that he's in.
Absolutely. Do you remember the episode of How I Met Your Mother where it like counted down? Like there was numbers on the in the backgrounds that counted down to the end of the episode. So if you don't,
Was
you
that
don't,
Slap
there's
Bet?
an episode.
It wasn't a slap
There's an
bet
episode.
thing, or-
What's that?
That wasn't a slap bet thing.
No. There's an episode out there that so it's the episode. It counts down to Marshall's dad's death. Spoiler alert, but it's How I Met Your Mother. So it's over with.
It's pretty old if you haven't seen it.
It was 15,000 years ago. So, but it counts down to his dad's like where Lily comes out of the taxi and says, "It's your father.
Mm-hmm.
He's died." Right. The taxi number on the taxi is 100, and throughout this episode, in the background, it counts down from 1 to 100, like in the background.
So it counts up. It counts up is what you're trying to. Those are the words you're trying to think.
That is not a down. That is an upward trajectory.
you said countdown the whole time. But no. So
no,
they actually go through
from
like
1
there's
to 100.
scenes with like 1, 2, 3,
there's
4,
like
5.
subliminal things like placed in the background.
There's some,
that's
they don't,
awesome.
They
I've
don't
never
say that in the show or anything, but like subliminally in the show they count up from 1 to 100.
That's so cool. I've never even heard that piece of trivia.
It's fantastic. You should go and watch that episode. I don't remember what episode it is, but that
you probably look it up and get there pretty quick.
Is fantastic. Yep, the count up.
That's very cool.
The countdown episode.
The countdown episode.
The count
where it counts up.
Some might call it the count up episode. Before we move away from binging, I do have to bring up Community.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are. Have you guys watched it?
I've watched it. I don't think I've seen it all though. This was years ago.
Yeah, so it's not like it's another one. It's kind of a new girlish type for me, where it's like I have not
in the background
through, but I've watched a ton of episodes and it's fantastic.
Yeah. It is. It's a very good show, and they had a kind of a one-off little joke where they said, I think Abed was making his show within the show. And he said we're gonna get six seasons in a movie, and it always became kind of an inside joke of fans of like, well, Community's gonna get 6 seasons in a movie, and Community got 6 seasons, and Peacock just recently greenlit the movie, so they're making Community.
Oh,
movie.
Really?
Yeah, so it was a very cool announcement, and I don't know how much of the cast. I've seen a few things here and there that I don't know if Donald Glover or Yvette Nicole Brown, I think is her name.
Or Joe,
I don't know if she's coming back.
McHale or
Joel McHale, Allison Brie. A lot of the main cast is coming back. Some of them are not confirmed. Some of them are. It's going to be up in the air, but a movie is being made there. It's so funny how it came full circle to be 6 seasons in a movie.
Yeah, that's pretty fantastic.
Nice. That's good. Good how that played out. I do want to watch that movie though. It's great. It's funny.
So was that was the binging segment?
Binge through that again.
That was the binging segment. Yeah.
We have a whole other segment coming up.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
So this next segment is versus.
Versus.
So we're gonna just debate a little bit about a couple of things. 2 movies pitted together.
Pitted.
And then also 2 games.
All right.
So the first up is the 2 movies. Which is the better movie? Why do you think it's the better movie? Why does it win in this make-believe fight? The 2 movies are Talladega Nights versus
Ricky and Bobby
Brothers.
Okay.
Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly movies, both together in both movies. Which one's better and why? What do you think, Luke?
I have to say, this is a tough one. They both hold a special place in my heart. I was never into NASCAR, like, ever, growing up. I had an uncle who was really into it, and he tried to get me into it, and I was just like, they just keep going left. But I do think Step Brothers is the better movie. I think it's got the more quotable lines. I think it's the funnier movie. It's a classic. Like, I think you can put Step Brothers in the top 10 comedies of all time. I don't think that Talladega Nights would make it in. I think it would make it in maybe the top 25, top 50. It's a great comedy. Don't get me wrong. Sacha Baron Cohen's in it. He plays a great French driver, I think.
That's right.
It is a very funny movie on its own, but I don't think it quite reaches the level of Step Brothers.
Okay. Well, I will. So Step Brothers one tally for Step Brothers. Ben, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to also agree with Step Brothers. Like we've said, it's just quotable. It's just hilarious. It can be on in a room, and you're just gonna start watching it. And you can do the same for Talladega Night too. But that's like I've probably seen Talladega Nights probably 2 or 3 times, and I haven't watched it in probably a decade.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And Step Brothers I've seen a dozen times, and that's been out way less time than the old Talladega.
Nailed it.
Right,
Nailed it.
For sure. I mean, so before I give my statement, Talladega Nights is probably the best NASCAR that I've ever seen.
You're not wrong there.
That is a hot take.
Because any other NASCAR, not great for me. You know, it's whatever. It is what it is. It's a great. A lot of people like it, but I enjoy it when Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are the drivers, and Sacha Baron Cohen. That's right.
Nailed it. Yep.
So that movie is awesome. Step Brothers is also awesome.
Yeah.
And you are both completely right. I think it's a clean sweep with Step Brothers because of how... So when I was watching Step Brothers for the first time, when Will Ferrell was like knocked out John C. Reilly and put him in a grave and started burying him, I was like, okay, this is too much. This is getting too much. Like, is this? I don't know if it's comedy anymore. Like, it's just too much. But then I watch it more and more, and like, it's great. It's great. It's a great scene.
I think that's
that's the
thing. Like, there are just those scenes.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's 2 grown men obviously fighting over space in a bedroom.
Is ridiculous.
Right. They're 2 man-childs. Making a fucking bunk bed in their room so they have more room for activities, obviously. But it's
absolutely.
It's such a beautifully stupid movie that I think it has to take its place over Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I've seen that more often than I've seen Talladega Nights, but Talladega Nights is phenomenal.
Yeah, this is obviously no knock on Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights is a great movie. Like, I would never not suggest Talladega Nights. Like,
for sure.
Now
the big question. The big question is, which scored higher on Metacritic?
I got to go with my gut. I got to say that Step Bros still did better than Talladega Nights.
Also Step Bros.
Okay, so if you're wrong, you have to take a drink. I'm just going to, for the sake of the podcast, I'm going to go Talladega Nights.
Someone has to drink. So.
Oh.
Right, someone has to drink. I believe that
the secret here is that Phil already looked up the score, so now he's going back.
No. I'll look it up. I'll look it up with you.
I know.
I'll look it up with you. Here it is. So, I'll say Talladega Nights, and let's search that first. Tall
Tall DEGA.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
And Bobby.
Thank God it did it.
What do we got?
Is this 66?
60.
Okay, to be announced. But hold on.
To be announced. Did you pick
It
the
said
game?
There it is. There, 66.
Okay, 66.
So it
66,
scored.
okay.
It scored a 66 on the
Really? Only
Step
I'm
Brothers
surprised that
Step Brothers has got to be.
the user score is 6.5. That's surprising to me.
I agree.
Like I think that should be at least in the 7s, if not 8s.
What?
Is that 50?
It's yellow? 50?
This can't be correct.
But it has a way higher user score.
This is correct. I win.
Nice. That's
insane. So Talladega Nights had a 66. Step Brothers has a 51.
I don't like critics at all. Just to be clear.
Metacritic is. I agree with you. I mean, because look at this user score versus the Metascore.
Right, like I've never been one to like look into like how critics like rated something.
I
agree.
I do look at scores, but I always go more off of the audience score or the user score.
Exactly.
For
but
sure.
It is the user rating for sure.
That's
it was a critical score that we were talking about. Luke,
Yep.
Can you take some drinks for me, buddy?
Yeah, I'll take some drinks, you slut.
I didn't see that coming, not gonna lie.
I did not see that coming either. I thought Step Brothers was going to be way higher than Talladega Nights.
That is
also this portrait here. I want with one of you two.
That would
we
I want to take
definitely
this exact same thing.
Get some Argyle's.
We should
like sweater vests.
We need to recreate that immediately.
Right. I want that on my wall for sure.
That should be our podcast picture.
It could very well be. We're going to need to be in the same place and take a photo like this.
We are going to need to
that.
be in the same place.
We can do that. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Okay, so Talladega Nights.
That blows my...
Won the Metacritic score.
The critics like
It's incredible.
Talladega Nights more. That's wow.
That's incredible.
So that must have been like 2007 or something.
That sounds about right.
I think they both came out. I mean, not close to each other, but like decently, like within 5 years of each other.
They're
right?
5. Yeah, I want to say they're about 5 years apart, maybe.
Yeah,
but Step Brothers is the most recent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Talladega Nights versus Step Brothers. Obviously, we all thought against the critics on that one, which
except
is
for you
incredible.
You decided to go against the grain. Just so lucky, so lucky.
I thought whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm proud.
So the
proud.
next one up. The next one up is two games versus each other, and it's Stardew Valley versus Animal Crossing's New Horizons. Now, both are great games. We've all played both of them.
So many hours. Hours. Why live your real life when you can live a fake life in a video game?
Right.
Absolutely.
Like
both very similar to each other.
Active in fake lives than real lives.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. Both very similar to each other. Life farming type of simulation video games. I'm gonna have to. So my favorite. I'll start with my favorite, and then we'll go down.
Go for it.
So here's my problem. I want to say one of them is better, but then the other one I played hundreds of more hours in. But the other one, so I'm going to say Animal Crossing New Horizons. I played the crap out of that game. I have hundreds of hours into that game. In Stardew Valley, I've played a lot of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Animal Crossings, I played. But here's the thing about Animal Crossings for me is like, it is not instant gratification. It's on real time, right? Where it's like you can fish for these at like 3 a.m. when you're sleeping. You know, like or when you're at work, you can do all this stuff, but when you're off work, you can't. So take vacation to play the game. Like that's ridiculous.
Sure.
But I did appreciate like the real time kind of notion of the game.
And also like seasons and everything, you know. That's a
and
nice
everything.
touch.
I feel like they just really did it well, and Nintendo does a lot of good things well, but like really simple, like just they're all really simple. They're all really simple that they do things well, and I think Animal Crossing did that. And I haven't played it in such a long time. I haven't played either of these games in a long, long time. The most recent one I played was Animal Crossing, so maybe it's recency bias, but I'm going to go with Animal Crossing. Stardew Valley, though, however, came out with a multiplayer mode. Maybe it was just recently.
It was a couple years
Within
ago.
the last
It was
year.
a little while back. It
was within the last year,
so.
right?
I think it was maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago. Maybe it was 2. Yeah, it could have been more. But I have not tried that out, and that would be fun to do, I think.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But Stardew Valley, I remember like getting into that. Ben, like me, Ben, and our friend Nick got into that. We really got into Stardew Valley, and it was so much fun, and it's so great. But I'm gonna say Animal Crossing has the better score because I think Nintendo games just score real high, you know. But
they do. They tend to.
But it won't surprise me if Stardew Valley beats it out. What do you think, Ben?
You know, I'm gonna say Stardew Valley has a higher score, just because I remember when it came out, it was like it just exploded. Like it was like some indie developer that just was having fun, and now he's like a millionaire because he made that game. Because it got just so popular so fast, and so many people played it, and it's a great game. I love that game. It's a game I could jump back into, and probably should someday soon.
Mm-hmm.
But same with Animal Crossing. Like that's a game. Like when it first came out, all of us, we all played the crap out of it. We played it almost too much. Like
almost too much, man. It's those turnip stocks, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Gotta get those stocks.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's going to be close. But I think Stardew Valley takes the cake just because of it was like a new concept at the time that just became worldwide popular. You know, just.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, Luke?
So, I do follow Ben here. I think that Stardew Valley is the better game. I had more fun in it. There's just so much more to do in it. I feel like for me, the cave system, the battle system, you know, it's not great. You know, you have a sword and you slash. It's 2D battle. It's like Legend of Zelda NES battle system.
Game, you know,
right? But it had that, and it was fun, and it was exploring the caves. You know, you still had the planting of the crops, the connecting with the townspeople. You know, it had everything. I feel like it just did everything so well, and I liked. Obviously, you know, we all played Animal Crossing so much when it came out. It came out right at the right time. It hit pretty close to the start of the pandemic when we were all locked up inside. It hit, and it was such an easy escape from the dismal point of the world at that point. And it was good. It was fun. It was a little basic for me. It was, you could build bridges, you could jump across rivers and stuff. It didn't quite hit the level of deepness that Stardew Valley hit for me. I feel like Stardew Valley had more.
Know they've also released a ton of updates.
Right. They keep coming out with updates, and To be fair, I haven't gotten back. I haven't gotten back to Animal Crossing in at least a year, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that. Yeah, I do know they keep releasing new things, and so does Stardew Valley. Like, to be fair, they keep adding on to, hence the multiplayer and everything too. But yeah, I just preferred Stardew Valley. I thought it was so well done and a game to just easily sink hours and hours into. It was one of the only games where I brought my Switch to the grocery store. So when my wife
to the grocery store,
my wife and I went grocery shopping, and I was handheld switching. Yeah.
Wow.
And she'd be like, "Is this bread okay?" I'm like,
leash?
"Yeah, it's okay. I'm fishing right now. Don't bother me." But
That's incredible.
I put a lot of hours into Stardew, and it was it was a good time.
Okay,
So
well,
I think I do think Stardew Valley scored over Animal Crossing. I do like your reasoning, Phil, with it being a Nintendo game. It
scored well. I think they're going to be close.
I think they definitely both scored well, but I just think Stardew squeaked it out.
Well, let's take a peek. So here we have Stardew 87. 89?
That's solid.
So it's breaking
86?
up. It's breaking it up in pieces. So I think we have to go. It came out on PC first, right?
Right, yeah.
So we go
2016.
It got an
89
89 on PC with an 8.8.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Came out on Switch, 90!
Wow.
But that user score, though,
swing.
oof, 5.6.
Yeah, worst user score.
It's Nintendo, dude. It's Nintendo.
Nintendo.
It is Nintendo.
So yeah, Animal Crossing wins. You both have to take a drink, or Luke at least.
Ben has to take a drink of his seltzer water.
I'll take a drink of this now empty Polar sparkling water.
Oh, not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor. I can't. I believe it, but I don't want to believe it. But I believe it.
I mean,
I knew it was going to be.
I figured
really
Nintendo
close.
only.
You know.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo only puts out good scores, even if the game's bad. You know.
That's true.
But the game's not bad. I loved Animal Crossing. I loved Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of
We
fun
all got so
playing
many
those.
hours. The stock system, I felt like, made us keep coming back to, just playing, just trying to get the most fucking money in that game.
Just
Pay off that goddamn raccoon. But
absolutely. I think the real time stuff with Animal Crossing is good, but it also it's a little like Stardew Valley. You can go. I mean, they have like night fishing and day fishing. Like there's different fish days.
So
and
there's fish,
seasons, and they have
there's fish in the ocean at day. In the summer, there's fish at night. In the ocean of summer, there's river fishing. There's
the legendary fish. I like that concept. That was fun to catch all.
But it's not like real time.
It's not real time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can
the time only
binge
progresses when
more.
you're in game.
With Animal Crossing, you can't binge as much, but I love the concept.
Yeah, they're both phenomenal games. We can appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
Indeed.
Okay, so last things last, I guess.
That's generally
That's what
where
they say.
where they fall upon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last things usually are last, and let's talk about upcoming games or movies or TV shows that we're excited about within the next month or two. You know, I'll go first. What I'm really excited about upcoming is Harvestella. Now, if you haven't heard of Harvestella, it is a game created by Square Enix. And it's a farming simulator with RPG elements. And it looks fantastic. Like it like Stardew Valley mixed with Final Fantasy. And it just looks so much fun. It's coming out on November 4th. I'm going to be picking it up right away. I think there's a demo on Switch.
There is.
Whoever wants to
Is
download
it just
the demo.
on Switch?
It's just on Switch.
Okay.
I
It's
believe.
just on Switch. Now, if you don't have Switch, oops,
Oops.
that's too bad. But
No, so
but yeah,
I do.
I love. Sorry, I love. I love Square Enix and everything they do, and just like the farming simulator or life simulator / RPG is very appealing to me.
Fun.
So I'm so excited about that. Luke, what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you there. I saw gameplay of it, trailers of it, and I was like, oh hell yeah, this seems really cool. I did download the demo on Switch,
Okay.
and I have played roughly 45 minutes to an hour of it, and it was. I feel like they didn't know what they were doing with the demo. They're basically just giving you the first 2 hours of the game, which isn't bad, but it's a lot of storytelling, a lot of not gameplay. You know, I was not impressed with this first 45 minutes hour of the game. Again, I was a little tipsy playing it, so I was like, I just want to play the game. But it was a lot of storytelling. It was a lot of this is happening. Run through the city to this house and talk to this person.
Like that Square style, just
right. And you can't blame them wholly for that. I just feel like they should have done better with the demo in that you already have a place to plant crops. You already have a place to go and try out the battle system and stuff. Right away. Like I think they gave you enough time to actually do that, but it was just too much in the beginning of trying to set up the story and everything. And it was just like it wasn't
especially
what I
for
wanted.
like a demo, right?
Right. It wasn't what I wanted of a demo. It was like, if I'm starting a game from fresh, it was like, this is what I expect. I guess it doesn't start out quick at all. Like it's a very slow burn. It seems like
a demo. You gotta throw some variety in there.
Yeah, I don't think it's not going to be a pre-order for me. I'm going to wait and see on it, but I do like the looks of it and what it's trying to do. But yeah, that was kind of my first impressions on it.
Yeah, that makes sense, and I'm super excited about it. I can't wait. I think I'll buy it day one, or pre-order or something. But that's good to get into like what the demo was about, and I think you're right. Like a demo that just like puts you into the start of the game that's not really a demo of what the whole game is all about. So maybe, hopefully, it's a little better with the full game coming out. But that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
What are you interested in? What's upcoming for you?
My upcoming thing that I'm most excited about is Weird: the Al Yankovic story. Which is going to be it's the movie biography of Weird Al Yankovic, starring Daniel Radcliffe. I don't know that much about it. I watched the first trailer of it and everything, and Daniel Radcliffe is such a weird dude in that he obviously made bank doing Harry Potter and stuff, and then he just chooses these weird projects that he decides to do. He did.
But they're good. No?
Yeah, right. He did Swiss Army Man, where he was basically a corpse just the whole movie. He did that weird Guns Akimbo, where his hands were stapled to guns. I never actually saw that one, but
that one I watched. It was good. It was weird.
Yeah, it seemed like a fun action.
Was it good?
I never watched it, but yeah, he just seems to pick movies that are going to be what he wants to do. Like obviously he's. I don't think he's doing it for the money anymore. I think he made enough to live very comfortably on Harry Potter. But I've always liked Weird Al. His music is fun. Everything's good about it. It is fun to get into the background of it. It seems like he had a weird relationship with Madonna at some point in the movie, and it just I think It seems like a well acted, fun movie. I am worried that it's a Roku channel original, which
A Roku original.
it's a Roku original. So I don't know if you could only watch it if you have a Roku streaming device or how you
Right.
Gotcha.
watch it.
Like, is there a Roku app?
I
I thought
Yeah,
the
I don't-
Roku had the apps. I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's going to be
Apparently
interesting.
they're calling it a Roku original. So I'm just going to
Okay.
try to find it however I can, legally, of course. But yeah, we'll see. I'm looking
Were
forward.
you
It
trying
looks
to
like
wink there?
I don't know what you're talking about. I just said Roku original. Watch it
Somebody
legally.
go to YouTube and watch that wink. That was a
Nope.
stinging wink.
Mine are Luke.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to that movie.
Mine was making fun of Luke. If that's
Oh yeah.
So true.
So yeah, I'm super excited about that as well. I've
Yeah,
always
that does
loved
look
Weird
good.
Al.
I've seen the trailer as
I
well.
want to know more about his life.
Movie posters.
Ben, do you have any?
My game I'm really looking forward to is it Arkham Gotham Knights?
Arkham
Gotham.
Gotham.
Gotham
Nope,
Knights.
it's Gotham Knights.
Yeah, for
It's
sure. All those,
world-
all those.
Open world co-op RPG, and it looks amazing. Like I've seen gameplay. It already looks pretty polished for like the combat and stuff, and like the whole concept of you can play co-op with anyone, and you don't even have to play together. Like you can be doing this, and your friend can be fucking anywhere in the world.
Right. It seems like they did sync up where you can be in storyline. It doesn't really mess up your
Right.
singular story. Yeah.
That's
So,
super.
I'm
That's
curious
super.
to see how that'll work out, and who knows? I don't know, but it looks good. I mean, I honestly only played Arkham Asylum out of that whole
Okay.
series, and I really
Really?
enjoyed it. And I want to play the other ones. I don't know why I haven't, honestly.
So Arkham Asylum is the first one, right? The first
Yeah.
one
Yep.
of the series.
Yep.
And then it was Arkham Knights.
Nope. It was Arkham Asylum, and then it was Arkham City, and Arkham
That's right.
City was like basically Arkham Asylum got broke
Big.
out, and
Plus the city.
the whole it was Biggie. It was Biggie. It was Biggie. No, it was
very big.
open world, and every insane criminal got out into the city, and it was
Yeah.
huge.
So,
huge,
It was Biggie
stakes.
for sure.
So I played both Arkham Asylum and Arkham Biggie, and and they were very good. Is this the third? There hasn't
This
been
is
a
the
third
fourth.
one. This
This
is
is
the
the
fourth.
Yeah,
fourth.
there was.
So what was the third one? Arkham Knights was
Knight.
the third one.
Arkham
Yes.
Knight. Yeah,
So I didn't play Arkham Knights. Did any of you play Arkham Knights?
I played a little bit of it, but
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I have to pee again. I'm so.
Jiminy fucking Christ.
So there's three of them total?
Yes. Yeah. So
No.
there's
Well, now.
No, there's
right now,
The
right
fourth
now,
one
right now,
is coming out.
Got it.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham City,
Yep.
Arkham Knight,
And
and
now
then the fourth one's going to be
Gotham.
Gotham Knights.
Knights, which is open
Gotham
world.
Knights.
And I guess they all kind of are, but this one's like huge.
They're
Like-
they're more opener as they
They're
go.
more
Right.
opener.
Arkham Asylum was fairly closed because it was in the asylum. Like it was open
Right.
world, but it was stuck
in and
the
outside. There was a couple of outside the grounds.
building. Right.
It's like all
City-
video games
City
that
opened it
started
up
a
and-
franchise series like a decade ago. They're all
Correct.
started with a small
Yeah.
map, and now everything's just too many map.
Too
Too
many.
many maps.
Many map.
So I loved,
But it's
like
great.
the Riddler. Like when you find a question mark on the ground,
Yeah,
and
dude.
you're like, oh hell yeah, another puzzle
Mhm,
type of
mhm, mhm.
situation.
Those
Love
were
that.
fun.
It's great.
And I have to imagine that it's just going to be so much better in this in the new one, Gotham Knights.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. It's so hard to tell the direction they're going. It seems like it's going to be a Arkham City
Right. I mean, the
multiplayer
combat looks just like the other games. You know?
Right. It'd be a lot of combos, a lot of being able to
the other two
counter. Yeah.
And it's Rocksteady Games, right? That does it. So
they did the first ones. Combat. I don't know if they're doing Gotham Knights. I don't know.
Okay, so maybe it's a little different, but
it's WB Games, so Montreal.
WB Games.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby.
Publishers is Warner Brothers.
Sorry, that was the dancing frog.
Do you remember that frog?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Obviously.
Yeah, you were doing the frog.
Welcome to the show.
So,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's the upcoming games and movies that we're super interested in. What Luke? I believe I'm about to give you some homework.
Oh, okay.
By the next episode, I think you should watch a movie that I don't think you've seen.
Okay.
The movie I don't think you have seen is, I don't remember what the title is. It's
that's
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
So true. I have not watched that yet. The Nick Cage.
Have you not seen this movie?
I have not seen it yet. No. It is one. It's up there because I've heard it's a very good movie. It's one of Nick Cage's best. It's got Pedro Pascal. Yeah, no, it is definitely one that I want to see. So
yeah, I've heard
fully
good
accept.
things.
I'll fully accept that.
Seen it.
That homework.
It's so good. I'm not sure if it's on Netflix or what. I saw it on a Delta flight. Twice.
Okay.
So
what was your take on it?
I loved it so much. I am unreasonably in love with Nick Cage. I love him so much. He's like a C. He's an A-list actor that deserves to be C-list. It's like
that is the best way to describe Nick Cage.
It's Nick Cage. Like I fucking love Nick Cage so much. But this is like all about he is Nick Cage in this movie. He's not playing he is playing a character, which is pretty much Nick Cage in every movie.
Yeah.
He's playing himself in every movie.
The bees.
Not the bees. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You need to watch it. It's one of his better ones, to be honest.
That's what I've heard. I've also heard
good.
Pig. I've also heard Pig is really good. That's one of his more serious roles recently. Or Pig, yeah.
Pig.
I think it's.
I haven't even heard of Pig.
I haven't watched it.
Honestly, Ben, that's your homework. Pig, dude. So
you
it's so good.
You watched that too, Phil?
Yeah, it was on Delta Flight.
Was that Delta Flight? Did you just went on a Nick Cage binge on a Delta Flight, didn't you?
If Delta has a Nick Cage movie on, I will watch that movie.
Okay.
No, Pig is super good. It's very serious, and it's weird because it's about a truffle pig that hunts for truffles. And then Nick Cage sells those truffles, and then someone steals his pig.
Gotcha. So it's like Taken.
And then the movie ensues.
But it's a pig.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. It's so good, dude. Both those movies are great. Luke, you have your homework. Ben,
I have my homework. No?
You have your homework as well. Luke, what do you think I should watch?
So, I'm trying to think. I know it's a lot to ask to watch a whole series. I know you said you haven't seen New Girl all the way through. I don't know how much you've seen. Did you watch seasons 1 through 5 and you just never finished the last couple, or have you just only seen random episodes here and there?
I have watched half of season 1, and then random.
My God!
I'm sorry.
Okay, I can't give that to you as a homework. That's way too much homework for a week.
Just go binge 7 seasons.
Yeah, can you just go quiz watch?
Just take vacation from work. Take off work. Watch it all week.
Yeah. I guess my homework would be you haven't touched Andor yet, right?
I have not touched Andor.
Yeah. So that's like I said. There's 4 episodes out. I've only watched 2, so watch the first 2. See what you think. I think that's going to be your homework right now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll gladly watch Andor up until it. When do the episodes drop?
I'm not sure.
Every Friday, every Saturday.
Disney has a weird schedule. Like some of them are like on Wednesdays, some of them are on Fridays and stuff. But I haven't found out what schedule Andor is on. But yeah, it's been good so far.
It's weekly. Yeah.
It is weekly.
It's weekly. All right, so I'll watch Andor. I'll watch Andor, and if we don't watch it by the next cast, which is a week from now, we're gonna
take a shot.
We're gonna have to take a shot or something,
Mm-hmm.
Some
penalty
some
shot,
punishment.
Have a nightcap.
So anyway, that was the SHAF Cast. Thank you everybody Thank you all who have watched. I'm getting a little tipsy.
Thank the 3 of us.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. You're welcome from me. Tell your friends. This is a great podcast that you should all be listening to. Spread it.
Absolutely.
Spread it to everybody. Spread it to your mom. Spread it to your aunt. Spread it to all your friends.
Are you talking about the podcast? Or?
I'm talking about venereal disease. No, sorry. I'm talking
okay, so I'll spread anything.
I'll spread it like butter.
Okay, that was the SHAF Cast. Thank you, boys, for joining.
Thank you.
This is
great.
Always a lot of fun. And
happy to be here.
I hope
send us your shot ideas for shot of the week.
Yes.
And let us know what you're watching.
Yeah, give us some versus ideas. Give us some ideas of what you're watching, what you recommend.
That's right. Give us questions. Give us versus ideas. Send in shots of the week. Send in anything that you want to see us talk about or do. And I love everyone here. So much. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys, for joining me.
Boys.
And that's it, man.
Until next time.
See you later.
Good night. Good night. Love you.